In a town where the sun did shine so bright, lived two neighbors who were once a sight. One was rich, a giant so bold, a Chinese man with wealth untold. The other was small with little to spare, a Filipino man living with care. Despite their differences, they'd bond and play, their laughter echoing day by day. But then a dispute arose one morn, over a lawn, green and worn. The rich man said, "This land is mine. Why should I share what I've made so fine?" The poor man sighed, his heart weighed down. This was his backyard, a tearful frown. He knew too well he could not win, for the rich man's strength was rooted within. The Chinese man with pride so high began to bully as time went by. He pushed and shoved, took what he pleased, while the Filipino's cries only increased. To his friends the Filipino went, to the American and the others who often lent a shoulder to cry on but nothing more. They wouldn't fight, nor even the score. But as days turned to weeks, and weeks to years, the Filipino's patience wore thin with fears. He clenched his fists, his heart filled with fire, determined to stand, no longer to tire. One day when the bullying grew too much, he fought back with words, with actions and such. He yelled and pushed, no longer meek, his spirit strong, though his frame was weak. The Chinese man, startled by the change, responded as well, their fight rearranged. What started with words soon turned to blows, as anger between them fiercely rose. The lawn they once shared was trampled and torn, their friendship now lost, their bond worn. Each day brought a new clash, a bitter feud, their hearts consumed by a poisonous mood. The neighbors watched, their hearts filled with dread, as the fight escalated, spreading more lead. The once peaceful street was now a war zone, with neither side willing to atone. See, yet far above in heaven's hall, God watched as pride began to fall. He saw the greed, the hurt and pain, and decided to send a fiery rain. One night, when both slept sound and deep, a fire ignited in a sudden sweep. Both houses caught in a blazing storm, as if the heavens had taken form. The rich man awoke with a cry of fear. The poor man too, his face pale and sheer. But the fire raged, consuming all, both homes reduced to ashes small. When the dawn broke and smoke did clear, the neighbors stood with eyes full of tear. Their homes were gone, nothing to save, only a barren lawn that once was brave. Then a voice from the sky, so mighty and grand, spoke to them both, "I am the owner of this land. You dwell here briefly, your time is but loaned. None can claim what is mine, none can own. This earth you walk on, this soil you tread, is not yours to hoard, nor yours to spread. You are but stewards for a time so brief, to live in peace, not cause more grief." Humbled and broken, they fell to their knees, realizing the truth in the heavenly decrees. Together they vowed to mend their ways, to rebuild their homes and spend their days in harmony, sharing all they had. No longer rich, no longer sad. They built their homes side by side, with hands of friendship, not of pride. They planted trees and flowers grew, a garden of peace for both to renew. For they had learned through fire and strife that none can claim what is God's in life. In that town where the sun does rise, two neighbors now share the skies. No longer rich, no longer poor, just two friends forevermore. And the town remembered through ages long the story of neighbors and their song. A tale of pride, a tale of fall, but most of all, a lesson for all. For in life, when we hold too tight, we forget that nothing is ours by right. All we have is borrowed by God's own hand, and we must share in His blessed land. Learn about wealth and inspire your spirit. Watch our videos and subscribe at Team Believe It.